Good day, dear students. Today we are going to discuss about pedagogy as a science, object, subject, functions and tasks of pedagogy. Pedagogical knowledge is among the oldest. It was born together with human society when there was a need to pass on to new generations the hard-won experience of survival. Pedagogical knowledge was recorded in everyday norms, beliefs, requirements, then gradually developed traditions, customs that reflect the experience necessary for the transfer of youth. For centuries, the process of transferring experience proceeded by itself without needing special study. The development of pedagogical process takes place in schools of the ancient world. Sumerian tablet houses, ancient Egyptian schools of scribes, etc. Numerous sources testify to the great importance of the pedagogical process in the ancient world. In ancient Greece, questions of education and upbringing became part of ethics, a branch of philosophy that studies the interaction of man and society. These questions occupy an important place in the work of Socrates, in the writings of Plato and Aristotle. Teaching practice and pedagogical ideas continue to develop, however, until the 17th century. The pedagogical knowledge remains a part of philosophy. As a special science, pedagogy was first isolated from the system of philosophical knowledge by Francis Bacon, and the founder of scientific pedagogy is considered to be Jan Amos Kaminski, who formulated the first laws of teaching and education in the famous work, The Great Didactics, 1632. The development of pedagogy accelerated in the 18th century and becomes especially rapid in the 19th and 20th centuries. The object of pedagogy is a phenomenon of reality that determines the development of the human individual in his interaction with the world. The subject of pedagogy is education as a real pedagogical process, purposefully organized in special social institutions, for example, in the family, in educational and cultural institutions. Like any science, pedagogy performs certain functions and solves a number of urgent problems for humanity. The main functions of pedagogical science include the following: general theoretical, consisting in the theoretical analysis of the laws of the pedagogical process, description and the explanation of pedagogical phenomena and processes, identification of their causes, general laws, conditions of their existence, functioning, and development. Prognostic, which consists in a reasonable prediction of the development of pedagogical reality. Practical, transformative, applied, which provides improvement of pedagogical practice on the basis of fundamental knowledge. Now we discuss about main tasks of pedagogy. Identify patterns of education, patterns manifested in the relationship of education and training in a holistic educational process, as well as the laws of education management, study and generalization of pedagogical practice, experience of pedagogical activity, development of new ways and means of training, education and management of educational structures, forecasting the development of education in the near and distant future. Introduction of the results of pedagogical research into the practice of education. Structure of pedagogical science. There are three stages of structures of pedagogical science. The first stage is the accumulation of knowledge and experience in their practical application. Scientific knowledge expands, adding new established facts. However, the structure of science has not yet been defined. The methodology of scientific research has not been developed, and key links between established facts have not been identified. Therefore, scientific knowledge eventually becomes cumbersome, inconvenient for practical use. Reliable information is side by side with erroneous conclusions. And the second stage involves identifying patterns, formulating general laws and principles, and developing a scientific methodology. Knowledge of the general laws that govern the phenomena and the processes under study allows you to collapse scientific knowledge, makes science more accessible to understanding, and repeatedly increases the possibilities of its application.